Hey guys, Penspinnerization back here with another pen spinning tutorial. This tutorial is on a trick called the shadow, and it's a pretty cool looking trick. Kind of hard to perform, but it is definitely a trick you should learn because how good it looks in combos and stuff. So anyway, the shadow looks like this. The shadow is easiest to learn in the 1-2 slot, even though it can be done in the 3-4, and the 2-3 slot. It's easiest done in the 1-2 slot. Before we get started on the tutorial, the shadow goes in a counterclockwise motion, and is gonna be going out of your grab, so you're gonna need to be able to control the pen on top of your fingers when you're doing a shadow. The shadow's kind of hard to incorporate in a trick without any special placing on a pen, such as the Devil Sonic, where you have to have your fingers way up here on the pen. But it can be done in other places if you're good enough at making linkages and stuff. But anyways, getting on with the tutorial, the starting position for the Sonic, the shadow is putting your 1 and 2 fingers around midpoint with the nails going a little away, and you can either start like here without holding it in your thumb flap, or you can hold it in your thumb flap, whatever your preference is. So making the motion that I use to get a Sonic started, I like to do my shadows here instead of the thumb flap region, because it just gives me less mobility whenever I'm doing other things like Devil Sonic, because I'm not going to be able to put my pen here and then flick it, so I like to do it here where there's nothing and you need more of a motion to get it going. So you're going to be jerking your right hand to the left like this, and if you're left-handed, you're going to be doing it to the right. So when you're doing the motion, it'll kind of look like a charge, I guess. I mean, you could start like that, just doing like a charge palm down. So the single charge looks like that. So just work on this palm down, using thumb flap if you want, and then moving to no thumb flap, and just using the jerking motion to get it down. So just like that. The next thing you're gonna want to do after mastering this, that, is getting the pen on top of your fingers. It looks kind of complicated to get it on top of your fingers, but it really isn't. And obviously, when it's on the top of your fingers, it poses the most error. So getting it on top of your fingers, you're going to do your charge, and it's going to come around, and you're going to want to end it right about here. Now, since I don't have any momentum, doing the trick from here won't work. So as soon as your shadow gets here, when you're holding it, the momentum will be spinning this way, and you're going to want to bring down your pointer finger and snap it shut right against your middle finger, and that's going to, 1, keep the momentum going, and 2, let it have enough room to spin on top of your fingers. So yes, after doing this though, many people keep it like this, or this is how I did my shadows, and I had a really low success rate because doing my shadows like this caused the pen to drop into the thumb flap area, kind of like this. If I can screw it up, I'm not that good at screwing up my tricks, but anyways, it kind of looked like that. it do its rotations and then it just drop into my thumb flat rather than dropping into my 1-2 slot again. Now the shadow can also be done by going like that, or like this, and going into the 2-3 or the 3-4 slot, so it can deliver the pen to any slot. Yeah, I can deliver it to the thumb flat, but that's not like a real shadow. Shadow's just doing it like that. That's the basic shadow. So back to the control. Once the pen is over, you're going to want to slide your pointer back up, probably a little farther up than the middle finger, so that the pen can tip back from the initial fall here. So it'll tip back. And once it's done its 0.5 revolutions on the top of your fingers, so here's the 0.5 going like this. You're going to want to open your fingers back, open them back up, just like this kind of motion. And when it opens back up, it'll drop into it. And then after that, all you gotta do is time it correctly to have the pen actually fall into it. A mistake I made when trying to learn the shadow, I thought the shadow went this way, which is shadow reverse, and I still can't do it. Yeah. Shadow goes counterclockwise, shadow reverse goes clockwise. So, getting to some problem areas of the shadow. When I do my shadows, I don't even make that much of a jerking motion at all. But when you're starting, before you know how to put all that momentum into one jerk, you're probably gonna have to swing to get all the momentum in. Also, going on top of the fingers, I did drop it into the 2-3 slot, but it's important, and you might be satisfied with that, but it's also important to be able to control the pen into the 1-2 slot or the 2-3 slot or the 3-4 slot from wherever whatever, because that'll be important when learning the devils around later in pen spinning. So when the pen goes up here, remember that you gotta push back your pointer finger unless you're someone who's fine with just doing this and they can still land the shadow. You're gonna want to push it up and it'll spin like that and just open. It'll drop back down. Now when I'm doing my shadows, I don't really open it, it's easier for beginners to open it. I just lift up my pointer finger and the shadow gets a little extra momentum, not that much, and just spins in to my 1-2 slot again. As you can see, if you just look closely, I just lift up my pointer, if I can do the shadow right now. Yeah. That's all I really have to say about the shadow. Thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next tutorial or whatever I make. Hope you are able to understand the tutorial well and able to get the trick down, because I really do like this trick. It looks really nice in combos. So thanks for watching, guys. See you later.